Malaysia will pivot to a new economic model in a bid to provide a decent standard of living for all Malaysians by 2030, regardless of economic class, race and geographic location. PM Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad says the Shared Prosperity 2030 will replace the model that has been in use in the past decade, which has failed to push Malaysia towards developed nation status as underlined in Vision 2020. In fact, this previous economic model, he says, only added more national debt for mega projects. Under Pakatan Harapan's new model, Mahathir says there will be shared prosperity, underlying better purchasing power, and the narrowing of income and wealth gap between classes, races, territories, as well as the extreme disparity in supply chain. This would create a more structured economy that is progressive and hinges on knowledge and values with participation from Malaysians across the board. It also aims to turn Malaysia into an important economic axis in Asia moving forward. AirAsia Group is expected to declare total dividends of 70 cents per share in 2019, assuming the budget airline announces another round of special dividend this year. TA Securities analyst Tan Kam says the research house raised its FY19 dividend projection for AirAsia to 70 cents per share from 8 cents previously. TA Securities also upped its earnings forecast by 5.1% to 679 million ringgit for FY19 and by 7.5% to 954.6 million ringgit for FY20. This is after factoring in lower jet fuel price, a stronger ringgit, and completion of the disposal of 25 aircraft to Castle Lake for 768 million USD. It upgraded the carrier to buy from sell with a huge total return of 60.5% and raised its target price for the carrier to 3 ringgit and 42 cents per share from 2 ringgit and 65 cents previously. AirAsia rose 3% today to close at 2 ringgit and 65 cents. At current levels, Tan believes this is a great entry level to take position in the group for its digital business as well as the potential special dividend for FY19. MMC Corp submitted a proposal to revise MRT3, which is also known as the Circle Line, to the government at the end of last year. Group MD Dato Sri Sheikh Khalid Mohamad Noor says the proposal provides an alternative for reducing the project cost, which initially stood at 45 billion ringgit. However, he is tight-lipped about the scale of the reduction, adding the proposal is a completely different solution. Sheikh Khalid explains that the new proposal suggests that the government complete the project in phases instead of complete the entire project in one go. He adds that the proposal also includes changing the underground stations to elevated stations. Priority would be given to the high-density locations. The 40 km project was terminated after the Pakatan-led government took over a year ago. While there have been efforts to try to reinstate it, PM Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said earlier this week that MRT3 is still too costly to be revived. MyHSR Corp, the Malaysian project delivery vehicle of the KL-Singapore High-Speed Rail project, is calling for a tender to appoint a commercial advisory consultant for the project review exercise. MyHSR Corp says the appointed consultant will be required to develop a new business model that will produce the optimal project lifecycle costs, as well as develop updated ridership forecasts and update the benefits assessment that the project will bring to Malaysia. CEO Dato Muhammad Noor Ismail Muhammad Kamal says this is the second tender in relation to the KL-Singapore HSR project review exercise. It had previously called a tender to appoint the technical advisory consultant in April 2019 to assist on technical matters. He notes that the TAC tender, which has received encouraging interest and support from the market, is still ongoing and is expected to be completed by Hari Raya Aidilfitri. SP Setia reported a 14% drop in net profit to 52.83 million ringgit during first quarter FY19, no thanks to higher expenses and taxes. Revenue, however, rose 32% to 864.91 million ringgit. SP Setia says the wait-and-see attitude continues to linger as purchasers await positive leads for the local property market to recover. In the first quarter, the developer launched projects with a GDV of about 339 million ringgit, comprising mainly of landed properties. Despite the lackluster property market, it still saw strong demand for landed homes from owner-occupiers looking to settle down in established townships. For the rest of the year, the group has planned launches worth 6.47 billion ringgit, mostly in the Klang Valley and Johor. President and CEO Dato' Khor Chapjen says the group is monitoring the market closely and will roll out more launches when it picks up. The group currently has 45 ongoing projects with 9,477 acres of effective land banks remaining and potential GDV of 145.9 billion ringgit.